Hello everyone. In this tutorial, we are going to learn VLOOKUP functions with many example. So if it comes to the every people they knows how to use a basic VLOOKUP and couple of people they doesn't know how to use a VLOOKUP on the. So in this video, I will cover from basic to advanced how we can use a VLOOKUP functions. So let me start with basic functions. So there is a basic functions. So using this basic VLOOKUP, we need to get these details. What we'll do VLOOKUPs, first of all, you need to understanding the VLOOKUP functions and arguments, everything. So when you're using VLOOKUP, we must and should have a matching key columns. What is matching key columns? It seems here is there is a student. For that student, here Tamanna is there. The same value it should be there in the this table also. Then only we can get the details. So this one VLOOKUP, it will search for this value in the entire table, it will scan and it will give to the prints depending upon the some conditions. So when we are giving there will be some arguments. If you give the correct arguments, automatically it will print you the output. So let me use the VLOOKUP. Let me go here in the formula bar. Let me type VLOOKUP. Now here it is asking the lookup value. The lookup value is what? The lookup value is Tamanna. For Tamanna, just select that, and whenever you are choosing like where you want to print that value, that one you should select first lookup value, then enter. Here it is asking the table array. The table array you may can select like this also. If you select this, you no need to lock any cells. If you are not selecting like this, if you select the only the table range, you must lock the cell or else the output it won't come properly. So for locking the cells, we do have a F4 functions in some laptops, and if you are using the keyboard you can press F4 also. So I'm locking the cell. Now it is asking the column index. Here you need to understand the what is the column index. The column index where the VLOOKUPs array start from there onwards it will count. So this is the first one, and again the second column and third column, fourth column, fifth column, sixth column, seventh column. Now what which column we required? Here it is the math, it is in the fifth position. So fifth position column it is, so our index number. Let me give the file number over here. And again here it is asking the true or false matching. Let me give the true only over here. For that, let me press the 0. You can always press the 0. So once you give the 0, it will give to the exact matching ones. Let me close the bracket. Let me hit enter. Now we can see we got the Tamanna's marks, total marks, how much she scored. Let me drag down to the till here, till Kajal, Bandi and Kajal. Now we can see how much is Kajal, she scored 76, where it is printed. So just you think about when you have a large data to print, like if you want to search and paste manually, how much time it will take. But VLOOKUP within seconds only it will give the result. Once you apply the formula in the top, for the down people also it will give the result within seconds only. Let me go back. So now we will see VLOOKUP how to use from the different sheet. I have a data from one sheet. I need to bring some details from other sheet. So how to do that using VLOOKUP also we can able to achieve this. Now we will see. See, there are employee details. In this employee details, I need to pick the only hiring date. To pick the hiring date, first I need to have a matching key column, right? So here there is employee details, and let me go to the here, and again here also there is a matching key. So for that matching keys, and again there are this many hire dates are there. We want only for particular few of our employees, that is IT peoples. IT people they have given only IT peoples. So let me use a VLOOKUP. Using VLOOKUP, as I said earlier, the VLOOKUP will search the formula and it will print to the correct details based on the conditions. So now the VLOOKUP first argument, our value is the employee ID, and again the table array. Let me go to the second sheet. Let me select to the entire top to bottom. Again, here it is asking the column index number. You just give the column index number 2 comma 0. Let me press the let me close the bracket. Let me hit enter. Now we can see the output. Now we got the all the employees there. I had this employee when he joined that company, so we can see the all the details. This is a very simple way to use the VLOOKUPs, and one more it is there, that is also easy only, it is not complicated. So using lookup from different worksheet, it means what, I have a worksheet this one, and I will be having a one more worksheet. Let me open this worksheet. What is the requirement here? Where it is? Let me click this link. Go to the different worksheet. Here, workbook. There is a workbook. Here there is a all the details are there, employee details. Now we need to get the only their salary here. So to get that, I have one more file. Let me click and open this file. See, this is a one more worksheet. As you can see, this is a one sheet. This is a VLOOKUP with many example, and you can see the employee sample data. So there is a salary columns over here. All the employee details also over here. Now we want to get these employees how much they are getting the salary. Here's couple of people. There is only corporate overall working. For that employees salary we need to see. We need to print the year. For printing that also we have to use here VLOOKUP. The similar way only. Let me use a VLOOKUP. Here the lookup value is employee ID, and again here it is asking the table arrays. I am going to select here enter data salary. Okay, but here you need to be very careful. You need to take the counts. First let me count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10th. So that the 10th one it is salary. So I need to give her the 10th position. Let me close comma and again give the 0. Let me close the bracket. Let me hit enter. Now we can see how much is getting annually salary. So now we got this one. So what will happen, see, whenever you are like, if you change that file location something, this data all everything will go out. To fix this issue, after doing the VLOOKUP, just copy the data, entire data top to bottom, and go to the paste options. Under paste options you can see 1 2 3 values. Either you can do that one also. Some of the most people they are doing like this, paste special. Using that option they will click over there, and again people they will click on down, they will press the values. It is a little bit difficult ones. I will teach you the very simple method. Just copy, I copied the every data, so from top to bottom, and again there will be a value. If we click this one, so now it is got fixed. So whenever if they are deleting the old data also, here it will be this data, always it will be there, you no need to worry about. So now we learn from this one also. Now we'll go to the little bit advanced VLOOKUP formula how to use. So it means what, using both, let go two functions, how to use the VLOOKUP plus another functions. Let me go to the index. Okay, now we will see VLOOKUP with some functions. So before that only one more it is there, VLOOKUP with multiple values at a once. So here I am going to talk about the how to print the VLOOKUP using VLOOKUP at a time, multiple values. It means what, here I record these details at a time. Here I am going to talk about the XVLOOKUP also. So you must learn this XVLOOKUP. This VLOOKUP, what it will do, it will be very difficult. You need to give the always column index numbers. In the XVLOOKUP, You no need to mention any column numbers. It will automatically, it will print you the output, how much you want to return values from starting to end. So I will be discussing here the both the topics. Just listen carefully. Let me use VLOOKUP only. Lookup. So most of the people, they doesn't know how to use this one. Even if you want to use this like at a time, if you want to print means the details, you should have a must and like upgraded Excel version, then only you can able to get this output. Now we given the lookup values and table arrays it is asking. Let me select the entire table arrays. If like this table, you must have to select from top to bottom and just lock the cells. Let me lock the cells. Control F4. I lock the cells. Then here it is asking the column index. Column index numbers. Here I need to use open parallel brackets, and again the position where it will start the date of birth. Second column index number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So here first one you leave it. So first one also we don't require because of already it is there. Now we want from the second position onwards. Second one, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Okay, let me give the, here you need to give 2. After that press comma and again 3 comma 4 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6 comma 7. Let me close the curly bracket. Again same way I am giving the 0 over here. Let me close the parenthesis. Just I'm hitting enter. Now at a time it will print the all the details. You no need to give any manually. See, so if it is in the older version, we look up means we need to give like this. Let me copy this formula only top. I'm pasting over here. When you want to paste, copy the formula, you make sure that copy from the top of the formula bar. Copy that and hit enter. Then you paste it in the down. If you are not doing like that, the formula it won't work. If I press Control D also, you see it will come. So if you want only particularly about 3 employees, only you want to see their date of joining as well as age, means what we can do here. What is the date, birth date? It is in the second position, and second, third, fourth, fifth position. If I'll give here the only 2, third, let me delete these 2, fourth, and now let me delete these 2 also. Now we will see only 2 things, which is starting with the second position and fifth position only value we can see over here. Rest all it will show us the blank. So it is not possible, it seems, and the lookup arrays already is there. So now this also it is impossible to get the result. Okay, now we will see how easily we can do this, how easily we can print these details using XVLOOKUP. You must learn this XVLOOKUP. If you are not learning also, please learn as soon as possible. In the future, most of the people will use XVLOOKUP only. This XVLOOKUP, what it will do, if you see the VLOOKUP, it will seek the almost leftmost side columns, and it will give the prints. If you choose the right side, it won't give the any values. In this XVLOOKUP, what it will do, if it is there in the matching key elements, if it is right side also it will give. If it is there in the right side, left side also, we can print the details. Now let me use the XVLOOKUP. XVLOOKUP. Here it is asking the lookup value. The lookup value is this. And again here it is asking the lookup array. My lookup array is the employee ID. Let me select the top to bottom and let me lock the cells, comma. And again here it is asking the return arrays. Return arrays from where to you, where you want. Let me select the entire data and let me lock the cell. Just I will hit enter, automatically it will print the data. See, there is no any manual work at all. I'm not given any index number also. If you see in the VLOOKUP, I have given the manually. Now we will see the difference between VLOOKUP and XVLOOKUP. As I said, if my employee ID is in right side, I want to print this birthday details using VLOOKUP. Whether it is possible or not, we will see. Lookup. So before telling this to you, just if you are not subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel. I'm going to post like a very upgraded functions in the YouTube. Lookup arrays. So the lookup arrays matching key column, comma. Now table arrays we have given. Now it is asking the column index and we want date of birth. And I'm giving the date of birth. See the reference number failed. So we look a formula, it seems only failed. But what if I use the XVLOOKUP? We will see using the XVLOOKUP whether we can print these details or not. Absolutely, we can print this one 100% sure. We can print this like we can get these details using an XVLOOKUP. It's not possible in the VLOOKUP. So here it is asking the lookup value. This is the lookup value, and again here it is asking the lookup arrays. Let me select the top to bottom. I am locking this cell also. So whenever you are selecting like this data, only particular columns, you must have to lock the cells. If not, if you are selecting the entire column, you no need to lock at all. Automatically it will be prefixed, comma, and again here it is asking the return arrays. In the return arrays, if I want to bring only this detail, like only date of birth, we can get that one. If you want name as well as first name and second name, also we can print. It is not first name and what is at the top, we will see first name and last name. So if you want to print these three also, we can print at a time, even higher data also. Now for time being, we will see how to get these details. So now I am selected the details and just hitting enter. Now we can see the date of birth over, it is printed. Where you see in the VLOOKUP, which could not able to be print the details, right? So now if you want the details like here for this one also, now what is the B column? Here only until the A column is there. If you change this one here also, automatically it will get. So I want till D means age. See, when I'm changing the D, automatically it's picking up all the data. So that will give the print over here. Let me hit enter. See, everywhere we got the details. So but when you are using this XVLOOKUP, you must careful, you have to make more careful, because of see if I type here n and again when I use the VLOOKUP to print these details, first name, last name and age, year date. Let me use and show you to the what kind of error it will come. So if you want to overcome that error, we should always give the like blank space only. If any like any letters, if it is there also, it will throw an error. So what kind of error we will get, we will see now. Now XVLOOKUP, comma, again it is asking the lookup arrays. I'm selecting this one, I'm locking this, comma. Now I want to get the first two, these four details until age. I'm selecting the entire detail top to bottom, just I'm hitting enter. Now we can see the error, it's what it's showing, pills. So it means this is not working. So once I delete this n, now we can see we got the data. So when you are dealing with XVLOOKUP, you must have to the very careful. So then only we can get the right output. If you are doing XVLOOKUP something, if you are keeping your data and again if you want to print the details, it is not possible at handle. Let me copy and paste it to the down. Now we will see a little bit advanced ones. And oh, one more thing I forgot to tell you. So what if your employee asking to print like these details? Now the employee is here. This is very useful. Some cases, some rare cases, many people they doesn't know. So, but I'm going to teach you now. Let me take to you this to first column only. Sorry. Now the employee is asking what is it? Now everything it is there in the vertical. Here horizontal is there. Now we want to print this detail to the like verticularly. So now to get these details here as a particularly we have to use two functions. One is transpose. Using vlookup also we can take, and using x vlookup also we can take these details, and again open the parenthesis after transpose and use the x lookup. Again here it is asking the lookup value. The lookup value is the employee id, and select the employee data. This time I will select from the entire top to bottom column, and now it is asking the return arrays. We want to take these details at a time. Let me select to the top to bottom. Just let me log these cells. Just I'll hit the enter. Sorry, there is an error. Maybe I'm not executed the formula. Equal to, sorry. So whenever you want to use any formula, so you must mention to the any function, sorry, not formula. Any functions you must use the equal, then on after that you have to use the functions x lookup, and this is the date of birth. Let me select the data comma. Let me select the entire data from top to bottom. Let me close the bracket. Again we have to do the two times to close the bracket, because of we opened here once and again we opened here once again. Here you can see the red color indicates to the this one, so the formula is going to end over here. For this transpose, this formula is going to be end over here. So let me hit enter. Now we can see the all the details. If I'm changing to the any employee details, if you want to see this employee details as like this, just you change the year, so we can see the details. Instead of doing that, let me create a one drop down list, so that whenever they choose the employee ID, automatically it will change the details over here. To create the drop down list, we need to go to the data. Under the data validation, let me go to the data validation. Here I need to give the list. After giving the list, here it is asking the source. The source is employee IDs. Let me go to the here. Select. Let me select to top to bottom. Just I'm clicking enter. Let me go to the top over here. So when I'll see, when I'm facing the cursor, we can see the all the employee list. I'm selecting the randomly one of two employee list. That all the details will print over here. So we can see like this. This is also one of the dynamic way to create the formulas. Now let me go to the back, and if you wait for in my next video, next video I'll show it to you how to create the hyperlinks. See, when I'm clicking here, it is taking to my the home page, so like index page. Now we covered these four topics. Now using VLOOKUP with some functions, we will see this one how to use it. So I have a data over here. I want to get the total marks of Tamanna's, like whatever it is there, how much the total marks. Now for Tamanna we will see. Now the total mark is 413. If you want to print this detail at a time using VLOOKUP, we need to use the two functions, first sum and VLOOKUP. So let me use the two functions. Lookup, sorry, I said sum, right? We need to use sum, and again I have to use lookup. Let me open the parenthesis and again lookup. Here it is asking the lookup value. Lookup value is the Tamanna. Now I'm selecting the data from top to bottom, comma. So here we need to give the where the marks will start. These are all local language to last social. So we need to get the first look the counts. How many columns are there which we select in between the range. So we do have a 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Out of 7 we required only 6, which is starting from the 2 second position. That's 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6. Is it 6? 1 2 3 4 5 6. Sorry, 2 3 4 5 6 7. Sorry, 7. Let me close the parallel bracket. Let me close the parentheses twice. Now if I once I hit the enter, now we can see the how much is scored. The one is C scored is this much only. C scored how much? But the result is coming incorrected. Let me see where I done the mistake. 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 4. Whether I have given the formulas correct or not. I have given the correct only, but here I need to close the brackets. No, I am not given to that is the reason we need to mention here 0. When if you are not giving the any zeros, it will give the like false results only, approximate matching values. Now we can see. So the VLOOKUP when we are using, we must have to use the 0, either exact number, then only we will get. Now see, I done the correct formula, only I just missed the 0. For that only it is showing the wrong. So when you are using VLOOKUP also, you have to be very careful on that. Now we will see Bunty how much he scored. As we can see, he is also scored the same way marks we can print. And now we will see using XVLOOKUP how to get this one. This is a very simple method. You don't need to give any index numbers, sum, and again XVLOOKUP. Now here it is asking the lookup value, and again lookup arrays. My lookup arrays the employees name, sorry, student names, and again here it is asking the return arrays top to bottom. Let me select everything. Just I'm closing the bracket twice. Just I'm hitting enter. Now you see we got the result. And here also in the using these XVLOOKUP we can give the customized message also. That one I will tell you in the my next upcoming video. So if you want to get the my further videos notification, you should like my sub channel as well as press the bell icons so that you will never miss whatever I'm going to upload the new videos in the YouTube. So if I'm changing to the some other name, I will put over here. So just we are getting the details. Now let me go to the Muskanam down, and just I'm clicking the control, I'm pressing the control D. Now we can see the Muskan also how much is scored. Like without doing any manual work, we can get the outputs. So these are all VLOOKUPs will work out. In the real time, most of we will be dealing with the employees IDs only. Like as I said, how to print multiple values at once and given to the different sheets. Like this only it will be there, and sometimes it will be more invoices with matching to get the amounts. For that reconciliation also we will be using the VLOOKUP functions. Now we finished. Let me go to the index. Now we finished until year sum, and now we will let me see this using with upper lower functions how we can use the VLOOKUP. Here we can see there is a employees details which is somewhere the names are all improper. So now that this using these upper and lower cases, we want to get the correct names. Like use if you want to see the capital for this name, we need to use here upper function. If you want to see the all the columns, sorry, the names in the small letters, we need to use here lower functions. If you want to see the proper, we need to use here normal. So now let me use the upper as well as VLOOKUP formula to print these details. So first I will tell you upper what it will do, then later I will tell you. First let me tell you these string functions. If you are not learned the string functions, please comment in the below if you want to learn. Also I am going to do one video for that. So to better understanding purpose, without string functions it will be very difficult to handling with the data. If you are doing like large data every day, if you are working on it, the string functions will be very useful. I have done couple of short videos. In that one also I have covered many things about the string functions. Let me use per functions first here. For your understanding purpose I'm doing it. You just observe what it will do, the upper functions. When I'm copying the select, now we can see it is there in the small letter, it is converted to the everything to the capital letters. So this is how the string functions will work out. The similar way low functions it will convert to the lower characters. Now let me use the both functions here, upper function as well as lookup functions. As you know that lookup functions, let me use the lookup functions, then later on I will show to you the how to add the upper functions, the same formula only. So now again here it is asking the lookup value, the employee ID, and again here it is there employees IDs, and I'm selecting the entire column. Here it is asking the index ID. Sorry. So here we need to select the arrays means both A and B. I'm just giving the manually only here. Now it is selected, comma. Now it is asking the column index number. As I said earlier only, we need to use first, second. The second index column number we given, comma 0. Let me hit enter. Now we got like this data, so which is not appreciated manner. So to get this one properly, just use the upper functions. So if you use the upper function, it will get you the it will convert to the everything is to the capital letters. As you can see, it's converted to the capital letters. So as I said, if you are copying pasting this formula over here, see it won't work. So if you want to like take this formula to here, copy in the top of the formula bar, just hit enter, paste it over here, paste it over here. Now just I'll change it to the here instead of. Now we want smaller letters here, so just press the lower functions and hit enter. Now we can see it's converted to the Janardhan. As you can see the name itself only how it is here, and after using these functions we can see the changes. Now we want to see normal. For that let me remove this upper. Here we need to use the proper function, and let me hit enter. Now we can see all the names got the as per the required output. We got the here details. Once I'll drag down to the details till down, now we can see the all the details we got appropriated manner. So now let me go to the back. We done with these many examples. Apart from this one, I can use many string functions to get the details. And one more example, lookup with Textjoin. This is also somewhat upgraded function only, Textjoin. So you can't expect this one be lesser than 2016 version onwards in the Excel. For that you use Concat only. Other Concat also it is also somewhat upgraded function only, I can say. For more articles you can visit to the Excel blocks and you can read out this Textjoin how it will works. If you want to me do this video for that, I just to mention on the below comments so that I will take a step to prepare that all the data, and I will do the one video and I'll upload to the this YouTube. Now we want see using the Textjoin, right, with VLOOKUP. Again it is asking the lookup values, the employee ID, the employee matching key columns over here. The first, let me select to the enter table range, comma, here the index column. It is asking layer. Let me use again curly brackets. Oh, here title first. It start from the second index number, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Okay. Second, just first we need to give this 2 after curly brackets, and 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me close the curly brackets as well as and comma 0 approximately we got. Now let me hit enter. Now we can see the details are going like this. So we want to combine this detail into the only one cell. For that I need to use here text join. Text join. Here it is asking the delimiter. So the delimiter is what it seems when you are combining these cells from these columns, whatever it is array, here Mr. and again Doris. So what's when we are combining these two, if you want to give any space, we can give. If you don't want means we will see first without giving space how it will come the data. So now we used everything. Let me close the bracket over here. Now we see it is a clumsy array, so we want to make it little bit clear. For that, the delimiter, what I'm giving space, when I'm giving the space, whenever this data will come in, it will give the little bit space and it will give the outputs. What I have done over here, ignore the empty cell, sorry. Now we can see here bracket I used more, nothing else. Okay, now we can see we got the output. When we are changing, I given the space. If you want behalf of space, if you want to give some underscores, either hyphen kind of things, we can give that. Now I'm giving the underscore. Let me enter. See, it is showing the underscore. So it is very easier way. The similar way, if you use concat here if you are using the concat, it won't ask like any delimiters. So when you are combining concat, see the difference between this is text join. Let me highlight and paste it over here. Copy. So when you want to paste the formula, copy and paste, and if you want to see further references, you can press only just one space. We can see the clearly formula over here. Now we can see the difference between these cells. You just observe it. I know the difference, but you want to understand this difference between these two formulas. So now we can see the difference. Now let me jump into the another topics. So we are done with this also. Now this is also somewhat very important functions using lookup with the left and right functions. Let me go to the data. So I have the data over here. For this data, I need to print only ST code and again phone numbers. To get the details, we want to use here Vlookup and we have to take at a time. If you want to do manually, we can do it. But what if large data it is there? What you will do? So it is difficult, right? So now let me use the lookup function first. Lookup the table arrays. Let me select the entire table array. I'm going to log this one. comma, the index number is third, which I want the output from this table. I'm just hitting enter. Now we can see only we got the full details. If you want to only to get the this left 5 digits, so here we need to use the left function, and it is asking how many characters you want to print. I want to print only 5. Just I'm closing the bracket, I'm hitting enter. Now we can see only we got the SD code, STD code. So that is the reason, as I told you, you must learn the these functions, string functions. I will make 100% sure I'll make a different video and I'll post it in the YouTube, so you may can watch it in the maybe in the upcoming next week. Somewhere I'll post. I don't have time to post now. I am scheduling with another work also. The similar way, let me copy this formula only. But you need to understand the position also, which position you want. Now we taken from the here 5th position. Now 6th position is the space, and here it will start the 7th position, I think so. 7th position it will start from the 8. So we want the phone number only. So to get that phone number, 8th position is starting from there to how many digits? 8 digits we want. Sorry, 5th, 6th, 7th position is starting with 8. So to find that also, let me show. Find here, I instead of the double quotation, let me give the 8. What position it is there, the within a text. Sorry, I need to press comma. I press the here only, comma, the starting with first one, 7th position. So this find function also, if you want to learn, you just mention in the comment on the below, so that I will take it forward, and I'll make the new video for that also. Now I need to use here mid functions if I want to get the in between any data. I'm using mid function, and again I have to give here now starting position is 7th, as well as from there to I want 8 characters, number of characters. Let me close the bracket. Smarter text. Okay, let me hit enter. What is the problem? So I have to remove here. Sorry, I mentioned this one right as I used the left functions. Now we will get the output. Now we can see what is the employee ID for this. Shit, I copied the formula. 03 for this ith 54. Yeah, we got the output. So let me drag down till here. Here you may get little bit confusion, but watch it, rewatch it as once again. In this part, you'll understand better. Now we want to get the only extension number, which is almost right 3 digits. For that, here I need to use the right functions. Let me copy this data only. This will look up formula only at top. Sorry, I copied down this one formula and paste it over here. And I need to use inside of that function, right function I have to use. All right, here I want to 3 digits. Now let me close. Now we can see we got the output also. Using VLOOKUP only how I have extracted. If it is in the bulk data also, so I want for this employee also. Employee also need to get their STD ID as well as phone number extensions. So I'm just control pressing the D, so automatically I can see the that employee details as well. Let me jump to the index. Now these are all a little bit very important when you are dealing with, but most of the people they will not use, and they will be suffering at the time of doing VLOOKUP. Go to the here. See, we want to find this Mahesh Babu salary amount for total salary amount. So when you want to get the salary amount, I am using the VLOOKUP properly only. Still, I could not able to get these details. Let me use once again VLOOKUP. So how to overcome this? I will let you know. Let me select the entire details. Let me log this. Alt F4, comma. The second index number is the salary, comma. Let me hit enter. Now you see we fail this formula itself only failure. To overcome that, we need to use a trim function over here. Once we use the trim functions, it will give you the output, not over here. Need to use a trim function here. You should know where these functions how to use, because of why I will tell you. The second positions trim which I have given. I need to close the bracket here. Sorry. See, now we got the output. You have to very be careful. So where you need to give like commas, where you need to give the string functions, how to use it. So one or two times if you practice, then only it will come. If you leave 1 or 2 months, again if you are retrying it, 100% sure you will forget. There is no any doubt. Just keep on practicing. That one I can suggest to you. Now the Modi is there. For that Modi also now we will see. Here everywhere space is there. If you use normal VLOOKUP, here it won't come. Now what if I have Salman over here? Now let me make this data clear and I'll re-show you to the one more example. Any space is there? Nothing. Pasting over here. If I'll give space over here, again that functions will failure. For that, let me use a here also trim once again. So we can use however we want the data, but you should understanding the what kind of position data we do have in our hands. Keeping that only we can able to achieve many things like we can deal with the data. Now we done with the trim function also. Now wildcard lookup. This is somewhat important only when we are doing with some data. The most of people they won't use this and all. I will not recommend to you learn, but some cases it will be very useful. So I have examples also over here. Here there are full names are there, but they're giving only partial names. So we want to print for that also output. It will be 1 or 2 times only. Some interviews may they can ask either if you have a large data, you want to find the data. So this will be very useful. I will cover only 2 examples. So this is what which I have done the normal VLOOKUPs. The farmer has got payload. So here I have used some sticks over here. So which is star I have mentioned in the front of this one VLOOKUPs when I'm selecting this Ravi over here, which is the reference to this column fifth ESC E fifth the position. So I'm putting the instead of double quotas asterisk symbol. The symbol will call asterisk. Some people always they will tell in the local words star only. So I use the star and with a double quotation I closed and I used the and symbol. It means just like a concatenating, and I'm telling that if anything is before Ravi, just ignore it and take only for the Ravis. So what if I'll change to the year Ravi Prasad Ravi, it will take the first result only. You see. So this is how these functions will work. And again the similar way, so this will be many cases it will be very useful, who is handling like who is doing in the accounts and who is taking care of the uh, collections and payments. For that people's only it will be very, very helpful. So we will be giving the invoice to the customers. The customer what they do, they will give only the partial number, which is INV they will remove, and they will provide to you the only with the digits, capital, whatever alphabet is there, everything they will remove and they will give it to you like this. For that, what you need to do, here we need to use little bit volta cases. Here first whatever it can be if it is INV something also, let it be, but I want to only print these details. Now I will show you the one example. For normal VLOOKUP it is failure, I reused it. So I'm going to highlight over here. Let me copy this formula and paste it over here. Just little bit patience, you can see this formula, you will understand. You may can also practice, prepare some dummy data and try to practice it. 100% you will learn these things. It is not much big deal for you, I think so. Now what if inside of INV also I'll put something here, BRV something, and still we got the detail. And let me change this one and paste it over here. See, now we got the output in the normal VLOOKUP where we not got the details. So now let me put INV here. Now we can see the this top formula, it is working fine, which is normally simple VLOOKUP we used, and where we use the wildcard VLOOKUP it is failed. So I hope you understand this topic also. Let me press the Control Z and let me go to the back. Now using VLOOKUP, how to print the minimum and maximum values. For that, the final example I am going to show you now. Where it is, highest and lowest value. Now we want to get the Tamanna how much she scored, like in the overall year in the mark sheet, how much she scored highest and what is the lowest marks. Now we will see. To using VLOOKUP only we can find this one. First we need to use a max function. Max functions what it will give, it will see the largest values. It will give, it means whatever she is scored the highest marks in the subjects. So max, and again I need to use lookup Tamanna, and again table array. I am selecting the top to bottom, and let me log the cells, comma. Again I have to use instead of Kerala brackets I need to put starting positions. Starting position here it is second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Let me close the brackets, comma, 0, closing the parentheses, just omitting enter. What is the wrong with nothing? Now we can see the where is Tamanna. As you can see 91 she scored the highest marks. Let me drag down to the down. The Bunty scored 98, and which subject we will see now. Is Bunty. Oh, in sociology is got scored. If you want to see the same way, minimum marks, we can get the minimum marks also. Just I copied that formula. I'm just changing the minimum. The minimum value it will get to the wherever the less values are there. That one only it will print over there. If I'm changing to year Bunty in the local languages, only 26 years code. When I'm changing to the 988 output, and wherever it is lower value is there, that one it will print. Now it is 47. Now you can see it is automatically updating like dynamically. So this is how we can use the VLOOKUPs. Apart from that, you can use several ways VLOOKUPs. So and I will recommend you to the learn always upgraded functions. Like I'm going to take one more new video which I'll be recording and posting. There I will cover what are the upgraded functions. Now it came to the Excel. So for that function, I'll do one post. I will let you know each and one by one individually how to use that functions and what is the use of it, everything. So thanks for watching this video. Have a nice day. Please don't forget to like and comment down below.